Welcome back to another episode of the BodyMaitre podcast. Today, I want to take you on a journey into one of the most interesting and often misunderstood aspects of spiritual response therapy, the organ language program. Many people talk about emotions influencing health, but organ language goes one layer deeper. It explores how the words we use, the beliefs we carry, and the symbolic stories we tell through our body all become programs that shape our health, habits, and even our personality. So in this episode, we're going to unpack what organ language really means, spiritually and psychologically. And then I'll demonstrate how we expand this research using BodyMaitre to reveal the deeper layers within the four bodies of consciousness. And as always, we'll walk through a real case study to bring everything to life. Organ language is the subconscious mind's way of expressing emotional and spiritual messages through the body. Spiritually, you can imagine it as the soul's symbolic language. When the soul has unresolved experiences, emotional wounds, or internal conflicts, those energies often surface through metaphors stored in the body. Psychologically, it is the mind translating stress, trauma, guilt, or fear into physical symptoms, behavior patterns, or cravings. The body becomes a speaker, broadcasting messages that the conscious mind may not know how to process or express. People often say things like, "This situation is a headache. That person makes me sick to my stomach. I'm carrying too much on my shoulders." We don't realize it, but the subconscious listens. It takes those words literally. Over time, these phrases form energetic programs, organ language programs that begin to manifest physically, emotionally, and behaviorally. In spiritual response therapy, organ language is a type of discordant energy program created by symbolic internal dialogue. For example, if someone constantly says, "I can't handle this. This is too much to carry. I'm so tired of everything," the subconscious may respond by creating real fatigue, chronic tension, headaches, sinus issues, or even weight problems. Organ language can be inherited, created through trauma, or absorbed from family, culture, or childhood conditioning. In SRT, we identify the symbolic meaning behind the symptom, ask a series of targeted questions, and uncover the emotional truth behind the physical expression. In the book, The Freedom Path, organ language appears in two main forms. First one is body comparison. This happens when someone compares themselves or their body to others. Comments like, "I'm too big," "I'm too small," "My body isn't good enough." These comparisons create discordant energy that becomes embedded in the body's consciousness. Second, body statements. These are symbolic statements used repeatedly and emotionally charged. Examples include, "He's a pain in the neck," "This makes me sick," "I'm burdened." Over time, the repeated emotional intensity forms energetic programs in specific organs or systems. Self-punishment is one of the strongest drivers behind organ language. Often the person doesn't consciously know they're doing it. They just can't lose weight, or can't stop eating, or can't get rid of the pain. On the surface, it looks like lack of discipline, lack of willpower, or poor habits. But underneath, there may be an unspoken belief. "I deserve this suffering. I need this pain to stay safe. I must carry this weight. I must struggle so I don't become who I fear becoming." The body becomes the battleground for unfinished emotional stories organ language forms, because the subconscious mind is symbolic. It speaks in images, metaphors, sensations, and body messages. When we suppress emotions, or when an experience is too overwhelming, the subconscious stores that energy somewhere in the body. The body then expresses the emotional meaning through weight, pain, tension, cravings, fatigue, or resistance. Organ language also forms when there is trauma, ancestral conditioning, guilt programs, vows from past lives, or childhood imprinting. These meanings get locked into the four bodies: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, and eventually shape our personality and life behavior. Let me share a case that beautifully demonstrates how organ language work. A friend came to me frustrated with her weight. She said she had tried everything: healthy eating, exercise routines, gym memberships, intermittent fasting, but nothing lasted. She would do well for 2 days, then suddenly feel overwhelmed and tired. She said her body felt heavy, her emotions felt blocked, and her mind kept sabotaging her progress. We started with SRT, and very quickly organ language showed up. Her subconscious carried symbolic messages like, "This is too much weight to carry. I'm overwhelmed. Life is too heavy. My body needs to be big to protect me." To understand the deeper roots, we expanded the research using BodyMaitre to examine the four bodies of consciousness. And this is where the story unfolded. Spiritual body, negative implants. In her spiritual or etheric and astral body, we found negative implants. These were energetic structures acting like programming devices, influencing her consciousness without her awareness. They were not dark, scary entities, just leftover energetic imprints from past trauma experiences, unhealthy beliefs, or unresolved trauma. These implants made her feel small inside but large outside, fear change, fear stepping out of her comfort zone, and believe that staying current states to kept her safe. Spiritually, she was trapped in a loop of low vibrational consciousness where change felt threatening. So every time she wanted to eat healthy or exercise or do new things, the implant would reinforce the message: stay where you are, it's safer to remain the same. This became the spiritual root of her organ language program. Physical body, resistance, and too much hard work. Her physical body held a strong resistance pattern. Her body literally believed that. Eating healthy was hard work. Preparing meals was too much effort. Exercise was too tiring. Fasting was too difficult. This wasn't laziness. This was an organ language pattern created from the belief, if I change my body or change the way how I live, I will lose my sense of safety. So her physical body resisted anything that symbolized transformation. Even small changes felt like climbing a mountain. Mental body, being too busy. In her mental body, the theme was constant busyness. The mind created excuses, distractions, and illusions of not enough time. She wasn't actually too busy, but the organ language program created the mental story. You're overwhelmed. You can't handle more. You have no space for change. This mental overload made fasting or healthy habits feel impossible. The organ language symbol of life is heavy translated into my schedule is heavy, my mind is heavy, I'm too busy to take care of myself. Emotional body, fed up, burdened, tired. Her emotional body was filled with feelings of being fed up, drained, burdened, exhausted. This emotional heaviness matched the physical heaviness she carried. In organ language terms, her emotions were saying, I'm carrying too much. I can't take any more. I'm tired of everything. And her body responded by holding onto weight as if the fat represented the emotional baggage. When we zoom out, the organ language program we found was not simply about bad diet choices or lack of discipline. It was spiritual body, energetic implants, trapping her in low consciousness, causing her resisting transformation. Physical body, resistance to effort, causing her eating healthy felt like punishment. Mental body, busyness illusion, leading to losing priorities, sabotaging routines. Emotional body, feeling fed up, leading to surrendering to old habits, giving up easily. All four bodies were speaking the same message. Life is too heavy. I am too overwhelmed. I must carry this weight. This is organ language in action. When we understand organ language through the lens of both SRT and BodyMaitre, healing becomes deeper, clearer, and more compassionate. The body is not working against us. The weight is not a failure. The resistance is not laziness. It is simply the subconscious expressing old emotional stories through the body. And once we identify the programs, clear the imprints, and realign the four bodies, the body begins to respond with ease, with lightness, and with new consciousness. If you enjoyed this episode or want more case studies like this, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next chapter of BodyMaitre Healing.